Welcome, everyone. We're glad you're here tonight. 9 p.m. It's kind of late to stream. See, Rachel, you have somebody with you.
I do. Someone is refusing to go to bed. So, can you tell me your name?
Alex.
This is Alex. This is my little boy, one of them. So, I have two. The other one's off watching a movie. So,
Oh, that's great. Alex, are you excited about the snow?
Yeah.
somebody
What are you
isn't.
going to do? You're going to make a snowman tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Well, we said earlier he wants to make 3 snowmans, which really means mommy's making 3 snowmen. So,
No, I'm making a snowman
Yes.
too.
okay, we're going to do it together.
I know that we're going to be making a snowman. Aiden's already informed. So, should be
Right.
fun.
Good.
Well, yes, everyone. We're glad you are here tonight. Now, let me be clear. We are not weather people. This is not one of those weather streams. This is just a stream where we're going to review what the different cities and the county government have talked about and make sure you're in the know on all of that. So, as you all know, there is a special emergency weather storm coming through here in Hardin County, and they've named it Winter Storm Fern, which, Fern sounds pretty interesting to me. But it's arriving tomorrow. The timeline supposedly is that it will start in the morning and continue through Monday morning. We've reached out to local government and asked them for information, and they have definitely responded and shared. Probably overshared, but I'm big at oversharing too, so it's all good. And we encourage each of you to share the stream now. So go ahead and click share. And also, if you don't follow us on Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and you're watching, go ahead and like us on whatever you're watching us on.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, my name's Phil Tall. I'm the creator of Hardin Local, and co-hosting this event with me tonight is Rachel Branningham, who is normally our lead host on our weekly show. How are you doing tonight, Rachel?
I'm good. I'm anxiously awaiting to see kind of what develops here. I think we've all got a close eye on the weather reports that are coming in, and of course, I felt the city did a really good job with sharing a lot of really helpful information. I'm excited to bring that to our viewers this evening so that we can recap some of those emergency protocols so that everybody's safe. That's my big thing. Just want we manage a large portfolio of properties, so making sure everybody, all of our clients and tenants and owners, we're prepared and ready for this today. So it's been a long Friday, and I think there's like the calm before the storm. I think we're all sitting here kind of wondering what's it actually going to become, right? Better to be prepared than in a pickle. So hopefully all of you guys as our audience have gone out and done what you needed to do to get prepared and have groceries and ways to heat your home and have your phones on charge and all of that good stuff. So Phil, I'm excited to kind of share with our audience some of the things that the city has released in an effort to bring, make sure the community is safe. So hi, Bethany.
Hi, Bethany. Good to see you. Hi, friend. And if you're watching, make sure you comment wherever you're watching at. I mean, I think our system only pulls over Facebook and also YouTube comments. So if you're on TikTok or Instagram, we won't see those. Actually, I'm looking at the TikTok real quick. Or not the TikTok, but I'm looking at the Instagram. And Hollywood Hackett just said, "This Phil Tall, y'all?" Yeah, it's Phil Tall. And China the Side, will St. James Church have mass tomorrow night? I highly doubt they will have mass tomorrow night.
I feel like we should take a poll, and the person closest, kind of like a baby weight. How many inches do you think we're gonna get? And let everybody, all of our followers, comment, and like the person closest gets a gift card or something.
Yes, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Comments with how much snow you think we'll have, and everybody that gets it right, I'd assume we have one or two that gets it right. If there's a tiebreaker, we'll just flip a coin or something. But you need to go ahead and do that. And then also, if you want extra bonus points, you could do as Keith and Megan Tall suggest, Snow Angel Challenge Contest. That could be our tiebreaker. I like it.
Make a snow angel.
Yeah.
So if you do, we'll go ahead and say we'll pick a winner on Monday or Tuesday, $50 gift card to a local owned business of your choice. And I like it. All right. Well, the storm overview. And my source from this was the video that Hardin County government put out, where Joey Scott was talking, or Keith Tull, and they were talking just about the initial push, the weather patterns. And like I say, not weather people here. But at the same time, I've watched enough videos, but I don't really want you to take my word for it. I want you to go look it up yourself. But basically what I've heard and been told is the initial push, there'll be potentially 1 inch per hour, sleet mixed with snow, and ice possible early Sunday morning, but hoping it stays south, and snow again at the tail end. So this is a major multi-day event, not a typical 1 to 2 day weather thing. This is going to impact the area for 9 to 10 days due to extreme cold air. And there's even rumors that there's another storm system maybe coming in next weekend.
That's what I just was reading about, that potentially next weekend there's another one that's going to come right behind this. So that'll be a multi-layered event. Very interesting to go from one straight into the next one.
They will be. And resources are going to be stretched across multiple states. So, it's not going to be easy to get help from other areas because everybody else is going to need help. Amy, we thank you for saying 8 inches. Not a bad guess. I think that's a good guess. But I think it'll be more. I think it'll be a foot or more. But that's just because I like to have fun like that. Just making sure I didn't miss any more comments. Chino, TH side. I'm not very good. I don't know who this person is, but they said they're in Vine Grove. We thank you guys for joining on Instagram. And if you're on TikTok, like I said, I'm sorry, we can't. I'm not monitoring those comments right now. But Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, we can see. Keith Megan Paul said 12 Stones, Franklin, Crossroads Baptist Church are having their services tomorrow instead of Sunday. That's a good idea.
I did notice that Severance Valley has reduced to just one service at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. So just check your local church to make sure that they're either hosting services at all or when they've moved those to.
Yes, I know that the Kentucky basketball game tomorrow got moved up to 11 a.m., which, is not church, but around here it kind of acts like church. Pam, Leah, thank you for saying hello. Hello to you. Where are you from? And also tell us how many inches of snow you think we're going to get. The winner, whoever guesses the closest and then completes the tiebreaker, if we have a tie, will get a $50 gift card to a local business of their choice. Bethany just said 11.3 inches.
I love how precise that is.
Very precise. You can go over or under. It's not like The Price is Right or anything, Amy Joe, 13 inches. All right. I like it.
Like it.
Like it. All right. So now keep on sending us your comments. Oh, we got somebody, Janine, saying hello from the 911 center. Hello, Janine. Thank you for what you do. That is not an easy job.
911.
And I'm sure they're working long hours with all of this. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much. All right. And Pam thinks 15 inches. So let's see what happens. All right, guys. Well, what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes or so is I'm going to be playing you guys a video that Hardin County government released this. I think it was midday or this morning, late morning. And in this video is my dad, Judge Executive Keith Tull, and the emergency director, Joey Scott, as well as cameraman Brian Walker. I wonder if Brian's watching. Brian, you watching? If you are, comment. I know my parents are. And yeah. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll play the video. We'll be back when it's over. Keep commenting. We'll bring your comments up when we get back. And this video runs for about 10 or 11 minutes and 16 seconds. So, if you get bored, don't close the stream. Just go snack or something and come back in 11 minutes. But we'll see you back here in 11 minutes.
Hey, good morning. My name's Keith Tull. I'm the Judge Executive here in Hardin County. And this is Joey Scott. He's our Emergency Management Director. And so we just wanted to come to you today. We've also got our Communications Officer, Brian Walker, that's holding the phone right now. Appreciate that. So we are just wanting to give an update on this storm as it is coming our way. it's not looking good. So it's going to be, I think, a very impactful storm, and we were trying to get ready for it. We just stepped out of what would you call this meeting?
Emergency planning meeting for the event.
Emergency planning meeting. And so we had really good attendance, had all the main departments, had the for Hardin County government in there. We had emergency medical services, our ambulance service, 911. We also had our sheriff was there, our jailer was there, Josh Lindblom and Sheriff Ward. We even had some representation from Elizabethtown, just trying to work together. And we had all the departments, animal shelter, a road department. What am I missing? 911. So yeah, it was very important to get everybody together. We had our fire departments there, several representatives, the chiefs, the fire department chief association was represented. So all of that's very important because we all need to work together. So depending on how this storm goes, we're going to need everybody working, especially with the roads right now. Our road department is right on top of it. I think we've already put out some posts about that and all the things that they're doing. They have their plan that they're going to be starting to work on removing snow whenever that event starts. I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Joey, let him kind of explain what this event looks like and kind of give an update on that.
Again, good morning. Again, this is a very significant storm. We're not sure on totals. Tracks can shift, but we do know the whole state of Kentucky will be impacted during this storm, and all of Hardin County will be impacted during this storm. Some might get a little bit of ice, some might get a lot more snow. Again, it's all about the temperatures and which way the front goes. But again, we need to be prepared, and that's what we're taking all measures to here at the county to be prepared for that time. We do ask that you kind of move your cars off the roadways. When these salt trucks come through, plow trucks, they don't need to be dodging your cars on the road because that can slow down us getting the streets cleared. But most importantly, if you don't have to be anywhere non-emergency, stay off the roadways. Stay home. Prepare your families as well. We're going to do our preparations here and preparing this for the county. But, you could do your part too in helping us by getting prepared at home. If you have to travel, we ask you to maybe take some blankets with you, take some snacks with you, have devices you can charge your cell phones with in case your battery dies in your car, because it could be a delayed response of getting to you. So again, take care of you and your family and your safety there. But again, stay warm, stay safe. We're doing our part, so we're going to be really busy. If you have a true emergency, call 911. If it's not a true emergency, please don't tie up those lines because we will have a lot of calls coming in and out. Hardin County is very complex when it comes to having so many interstates come through our area, so we have a lot of out-of-town people traveling through here. That they get stuck, those 911 lines will be tied up as well. So again, stay safe, stay warm. If you need us, you can call here at the Emergency Operations Center. We'll be open starting tonight all the way through the duration of the storm. And that number is 270-765-5978. Please call that non-emergency number if you have a non-emergency need. We'll try to address that. So again, feel free to call us at any time. We will have somebody here around the clock 24 hours.
So yeah, if there are trees down, of course you can always call. If it's not an emergency, call the center. If it is an emergency that has maybe brought a electric line down that's arcing or these types of things, then by all means call 911. So that's going to be one of our concerns. I think we can give a little bit of information right now. We think that this event will start at 7 a.m., I believe.
Yes, 7 a.m. on Saturday morning is the initial push of moisture coming into Hardin County. So again, and we're anticipating that goes all up until Monday morning. Again, guys, and for any updates, follow our Facebook page, our social media outlets. Go to our website, text.my.gov. You can directly text into that if you have any needs with the county. Brian Walker does a great job of monitoring all of our social media. So we will be getting posts and updates out to you as soon as we get them here at the EOC. We'll be pushing those out to Brian and keeping you all informed in all hours.
Anything else, Brian?
This main thing is just be smart. People have injuries to themselves they wouldn't normally have. You're not normally out shoveling your driveway. And from what I understand medically, that is one of the most strenuous activities you have to do. You may not realize that you've overstressed yourself or you've gotten too hot. From what we understand, we're talking with Mark Peterson and the folks from EMS. that'll be one of the calls they get is people with a coronary issue or extreme exhaustion from trying to clear off snow, slips and falls. You know, normally maybe you're a pretty steady person and you slip and fall and you'd hurt yourself. And then, of course, cars, wrecks off the road. If you do not need to be out, do not go out. And I know that first day or two, you're like, I'm going to be a good citizen. I'm going to stay home. And then what happens is you go, well, I'm kind of bored. Let's go look around, go look at some stuff. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Stay home till we get through this event. This is going to come in cycles. We were talking to the National Weather Service. Can you kind of give us an idea what it looks like we're going to get? Because it's not just snow.
No, again, we're going to start off initially as snow and snow for a lengthy period. And some of the totals we've been hearing from the National Weather Service that, you know, we're looking at inch per hour on that first initial band coming in. Then it's going to switch over to some sleet mixed in with that snow. Then at some point during the early Sunday morning hours, we might have some icing event. We pray that stays a little bit south of us, but we need to be prepared for that. But we could get some ice, and then at the tail end, we'll switch back over to all snow again. So we're going to have a mix of all different weather events going on during this winter storm. Like I said, this is going to be a major impactful storm. And the complexity of it is it's not just hitting the state of Kentucky, it's stretching across many different states. So a lot of resource will be deployed at many different areas. So be patient, and please, by all means, check on your neighbors. Be good citizens, take care of each other.
What if a utility goes out? Who should they get a hold of?
Again, if you have a power outage, you'll call your utility company. Again, that's, you know, if we start getting that ice, we could have quite a bit of power outages. But again, contact your utility company. They will give you a time frame when they're going to try to get out there and get it back on.
And most major utility companies now do actually have social media pages that they update constantly, and they have apps that you can download. And this is all tracked electronically. So if they have an outage, generally speaking, they actually know that. And you can see a map where there are outages, and you can stay informed about your own situation by dealing directly with your own utility.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think one of the just wrap up, I guess, is I think we just need to be patient with each other. I mean, we have limited resources, so we can't go out and clear all the roads at the same time. It's a big county, 560 miles of county roads, so there's a plan out there. We've been using it for several years now. I think it's a good plan that we hit the roads that we need to first, and then we'll eventually get around to your road. So it's a hard task. We've got good people out there working very hard to make this all happen and make it happen effectively and efficiently. But it will take some patience, because this is a long event, and we'll get people out starting on that as soon as the snow starts. If we do have ice, then we've got to try to have that ice actually come down onto some snow versus the road itself. So you might not see a complete removal of all the snow. We want the ice to actually form on top of the snow. After that, it starts snowing again, then we can go ahead and remove it again. But we only have, in the county, we only have one shift. So it takes about 12 hours, 14 hours to clear all these roads. And then our folks will have to get some rest, and then they can come back and start again. So just be aware of that. We'll keep updating everything on social media, and so just stay tuned, and we'll make sure that we keep the latest information out there for you so that you can kind of keep track of what's going on. But anyway, I'm very proud of all of our people that are out there in Hardin County. These guys, they're used to running into the fire, and so we depend on them, and just keep them in your thoughts and your prayers.
Joey, one last thing. EMS, it operates differently for them at this time because they don't get to stay home. They have to put in, just like fire departments and everyone else, but they have to come get someone when they're hurt or injured.
Yeah.
According to Mark Peterson, they bring extra shifts on, but they also put an extra person in the ambulance. What's the reasons?
Yeah. Anytime we have a lot of snow or ice, we like to be proactive and put an extra third person on those squads to help with the lifting of with the lift and assist, removing the stretcher out of the house if it's snowy, icy. Again, in the Hardin County Fire Departments will come also and assist with that too, because those stretchers are pretty hard to push through the snow. So that's the reason behind that. And then again, we like Brown was saying, we do bring in extra people, extra trucks. We will stage them sporadically through the county where we think closer to the interstates where we might need extra trucks and extra crews on during that time.
And if we end up open some warming centers, Just a real brief touch, and we'll go away on this and keep you updated later on hosts. What does that mean, and how will we find out about those?
If you'll follow our social media posts, we will get put that out there, that information about the warming centers. And the warming center is a center where you come in and get warm, get a cup of coffee, charge your cell phone, make reservations for somebody to come pick you up, or it's not a shelter. It's not an all-night stay. In the event of a major state of emergency that we have to open a shelter, we will. But we'll make that announcement too through social media. So again, a warming center is to come in and get warm to make sure you're out of the cold element.
And those will be located in various places around the county, most likely at churches and fire departments.
Yes. And again, we'll put the announcement out here shortly on social media. Brian will update the locations of those warming centers again. And we appreciate you. Be safe and stay warm. Be safe.
I do. I think it's still muted.
Yeah, I can only imagine how daunting it is to like consider all the different facets and functions of the government that must keep supporting the community and operating, but with this kind of condition that's about to hit. I mean, I feel for everyone. I'm sure you can almost sense the stress.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. They were just talking about those warming centers, which when they made the video, I don't think the data was out there yet. And I'll create a PDF of this document. But Valley Creek Fire Department is going to be one. West Hardin Fire and Rescue, Stevensburg Community Building, the old East Hardin Middle School, which is 129 College Street, and then former West Point Elementary on North 13th Street, Ryanville Fire Department, and the Upton Masonic Lodge.
And I mean, you have the note there, but I think it's important to note these are not shelters. These are warming centers. So like come in, use the space to like charge your phone, make phone calls, make arrangements, but they're not going to be outfitted to like sleep a large group of people or anything like that.
Yes. I've been showing some of the comments from people guessing how much snow is going to fall. And like Rachel and me just decided before we showed that video, and I'll put this up here in case you just joined, we're going to do a $50 gift card giveaway to a local business of your choice in Hardin County. So whoever guesses closest to the snowfall total, you just need to comment on Facebook or YouTube stream with your guess to enter, and also make sure you follow us and share the stream. And also, if there's a tiebreaker, we've allowed Judge Executive Keith Tall to decide what the tiebreaker is going to be, and it's going to be a Snow Angel challenge. So if two people guess super close or the same, then that's how we're going to break that for the winner. So while we were watching that video, we had several people comment with their guesses, and I've already showed them. So, we're going to keep on moving on. But before we moved on, I just wanted to point out that, and I'm reading from over here, so I'm not looking at the camera, but I want you guys to see my notes too. And so the Emergency Operations Center for Hardin County will open at 6 a.m. tomorrow at the government building, and it'll be open 24/7 to the duration of the storm. If you need to reach out to them and it's not an emergency, don't call 911. Call this number instead, 270-765-5978. And I'll just leave that up there for a minute. All right. And like they said, there's 568 miles of county roads. So, they're not going to be able to keep them clear, but they're going to do their best. And it's a lot of miles of roads, isn't it, Rachel? I mean, that's like driving to Atlanta and back almost.
I know. That's an incredible amount of roads. And I mean, that also is understandable why it takes so long to reach all of those roads. I mean, even if they're working, overnight, I mean, that is just a lot of coverage right there.
It is. And, they only have limited amounts of crews. And, once they've worked for so many hours, they're going to have to rest and then start again.
And I love that they shared this little note because, I feel like we are also, I've done it, we're also critical of those guys. It's like, well, why do they leave a little bit of snow? But I thought it was interesting because Keith mentioned that they would actually even consider leaving some snow so that the ice would pile on top of the snow. So that would make it easier to clear off the roadways. So there's a strategy behind things. It's not because the road guys are not doing their jobs and they're not clearing them properly. I thought that was very interesting.
If you want to, you can check out a live stream I did with Hardin County government. It's on our YouTube channel. It's also on a playlist on our Facebook channel with the road department. They actually go into depth about talking about this sort of thing. So if it's interesting to you, they do have a plan, and they've done it the same way for many, many years. So they know what they're doing. But the biggest thing I think is just be patient. This will take days, and we're not used to it taking days. So just remember that. So their priority will be major arteries, populated areas, and then smaller roads. And like you said, may leave snow for ice to form on top. And also, to stay informed, go to hardincountyky.gov and sign up for the Text My Gov and Rave alerts. And for road conditions, you can go to kentuckyhighwaysafety.com. kentuckyhighwaysafety.com. And then, like I said, we already covered these warming centers. So next up is going to be, we're going to watch a video with the city of Elizabethtown. And this video has, there's two videos. One of them has Mayor Gregory and the fire chief. It's actually two separate videos that I combined. And all these videos, I didn't edit them a bit. I didn't change what people said. I just like took out verbal pauses and ums and ands and things like that, just to kind of speed it up. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this video, and then we'll pause and review it, and then we'll do the other E-Town one. And lastly, we will review a video by JJ Duvall out at Radcliff, and then we will be done for the evening. So here we go. We'll see you here in a few minutes. This video is 5 minutes long, so we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hello, Elizabethtown. I am in the heart of our Public Works Department, and there's a few things that I would like to cover with you, especially relating to the impending storm that I think everyone's pretty aware of now that they know is coming this weekend. We want to get in front of it a couple days. We're doing the same. We hope that you will too.
Hi, I'm Mark Malone, Fire Chief for the City of Elizabethtown, with a few safety tips for you with the weather coming in over this weekend.
There's several things that we want to discuss with you. First of all, be prepared. I know we don't have to say that, but sometimes we do, and we want to make sure that everybody has enough food. We want to make sure that they're ready to stay home for extended amount of the time.
Please make sure that if you have a generator and you're going to operate it to maintain power in your house, do not overload that generator, and make sure the generator is run outside in clear air so that you do not have a carbon monoxide.
We want to make sure that their fuel is where it needs to be in their vehicles, and medicines, everything that you can think of that you may need to hold you over for 3 or 4 days. Please be prepared and ready to stay at home and have all those accessories available to you. From our side of things, especially for our crews that'll be out clearing the roads.
And another problem that we see often is people using charcoal grills to cook on inside their home. Charcoal grills put out an enormous amount of carbon monoxide, and that can render you unconscious very quickly. So please do not use charcoal grills inside the home.
We're expecting possibly a foot or more of snow. There's several things that we want to ask you to help us with. First and foremost, if you park your vehicle on the street, we need that not to be parked on the street after 5 o'clock on Friday. That's the deadline. We're asking you to make sure all your vehicles are in your driveway, or even if you have to pull them up into your yard. It really assists our crews that are out pushing snow with snow plows when there's not vehicles on the street. And the fact of the matter is, if there's a foot of snow that's going to be on the ground that they're plowing, your car may be blocked in completely with snow if you do leave it on the street. So be a good neighbor. It helps us clear streets better, and it allows our emergency vehicles, whether it be police, fire, or EMS, to be able to get to people that need help if they need help. And that's our first priority when we're clearing the streets. After that, once they get a good grasp on it, we have a second or third wave of plowing, and we can look at some other things. But first and foremost, our job is to make sure that our emergency vehicles can respond.
If you have gas appliances, say a gas stove that is on a pilot light, do not use the stove to heat your home. It also puts out a small amount of carbon monoxide that is controlled through the vent, and with the door open on the stove, it will no longer allow that carbon monoxide to vent outside the home.
Another thing that I would also tell you, when our plows come down your street, we get a lot of calls every year about how plow push snow in front of the entrance to driveways. And on the first go, that's going to happen. I'm just telling you up front. We try to do our best for it not to happen, but it's not practical for our guys to raise their blades up every time they get to a driveway so it doesn't push snow in front of us. So please be patient, bear with us, help us out. If you're capable and you have to shovel some of that snow away, we appreciate it. But first and foremost, we want to make sure that the streets are cleared. Another thing is, 1 or 2 times a year, it seems like we always get somebody's mailbox when we're pushing snow. A lot of times that snow will fly up and it'll knock and damage the mailbox over. If that happens, no big deal. We're sorry that it happened, but it's just part of doing business. Call down to Public Works. We'll make sure that we replace your mailbox at no cost to you. The other thing is cul-de-sacs. If you live on a cul-de-sac, when we're pushing snow and we're clearing it out, a lot of times on cul-de-sacs, that'll build up in places. And so there may be a big mound there that is not really appealing to you and you don't like to see out there. We will have crews come back 3-4 days after the snow event, maybe earlier if we can, and we'll remove those piles and make sure that our drainage ways are clear, because it's very important that water can flow freely once it starts melting and we don't have flooding issues. So we'll pay attention to that too, and we'll take care of that problem. One other thing that I want to talk to you a little bit about, we have 8,500 gas customers, natural gas customers on our city utility. I want to make sure that everybody understands we have a good supply of natural gas, but if temperatures keep getting to 0 degrees, then that really depletes what we have in storage. So if you are one of our natural gas customers, if you usually set your thermometer at 70 or your thermostat in your house, set it at 70. Or if you usually set it at 72, set it at 71, 70. That really makes a big difference. We've already been in contact with our industries that use a lot of natural gas. We've asked them to monitor the usage rate that they're using too, and hopefully we're going to have plenty to get us through, but it really helps when everybody takes part in that and contributes. So with that, stay home, watch Netflix, enjoy your family, whatever you can do, and make sure that you're safe. Also, one other thing that I want to touch on, we do have a voucher program that we are working with the city of Vine Grove and the city of Radcliff. If you know of somebody that is homeless or is in a situation where they don't have power, or there's an issue where they're going to be cold, having to sleep in a car, whatever it is, they can contact the Elizabethtown Police Department, and they will give them a voucher for a hotel room in one of our local hotels to stay for a night or two if need be. But if you have any issues whatsoever, call City Hall, call the Eachtown Police Department line, call Public Works, wherever you need to call. We'll make sure that we get out and help you as timely as we possibly can.
So everybody stay warm as you can. Please be safe, and hopefully this will be over by the end of next week.
Well, that was a good video, I think. Covered a lot. I didn't realize that you could reach out to the police department and get a voucher for a hotel room, if you don't have a place, which I think is pretty cool.
There's a couple other places that you can do that as well. I know Helping Hand for Hope is working to support during this time with some different options like that. So reach out. There's a couple different locations and support systems here that can help with those.
What is it? What are you saying over there?
Do you say hi to everybody?
Saying hi again?
He was very
He
excited
did
about the news this evening.
He did the pledge earlier before we went live, the Pledge of Allegiance.
He
Pretty
did
cool.
do the Pledge of Allegiance. They are
That's
very
good
hopeful that we have 10 days of snow. They want snow days at school.
I think they're going to get some.
Pass as soon as possible.
This is right. Well, I still have my notes up here. And just so you know, these notes I'm referencing, it's like a run a show agenda, but I went ahead and created a PDF out of it. And now if you go to hardinlocal.com, it's the very top link. You can click on it and download this PDF. It has a ton of data in there. So I think the main things to just review here from Mayor Gregory's video, where, if your cars need to be off the street, especially if it's a street that you want to get plowed, you don't want to get snow all over it. Specifically Nicholas Ridge, Ivy Point, Lexington Hills, Covington Ridge, Route Drive, College View, Metz Court, Bon Air, Hunter Lane. And those are the ones that they mentioned very specifically, like don't leave your car on the street. It'll cause problems with the plows, and they're pre-treating the roads and things like that. Plus, once the snow gets pretty heavy, there's going to be a lot of people. If your car's there, it's just going to cause problems, and you'll probably get your car will get a bunch of snow, trapped around it, or it'll be a lot harder to get out. Also basketball goals and trash cans, move them as well. And he also mentioned the 8,500 gas customers on city utilities to try to lower your thermostat by 1 or 2 degrees just to help out. And industries too, if you're a plant manager or an industry, make sure you guys are tracking what you're using and try to cut back as much as possible. Also the closure starting Saturday, or any of the gated parks, and I think they'll be closed for a couple days, but definitely Freeman Lake, American Legion, Nature Park, City Cemetery. City Hall is going to be closed Monday. They'll be answering the phones, but no in-person services. And then as well as we included the fire chief, we included his video on that video. So carbon monoxide, he really hit on that. Obviously, don't put your generator inside. I just got a generator, one of the lucky few that ended up getting one today. So I'm excited about that, but I'm going to leave it outside, just like the chief said. And don't overload it. If you don't know what that means, you might want to Google it and figure it out. No charcoal grills indoors. Apparently, charcoal grills give off way more carbon monoxide than you'd even think. So none of that. And also, it says not to use gas stoves or oven to heat your home. They're not vented properly. It can really cause problems with carbon monoxide as well. But also, check your carbon monoxide and your fire detectors. The hotel voucher program for displaced residents as well. They talked about that, and reach out to the police, EPD, 270-765-4125. And then we also have some numbers here that I think are just, not sure why these are listed here, but I'm pretty sure they're just non-emergency numbers you can call if you need something. But they're on the PDF on hardinlocal.com. So, also, there's an app. You can go to the App Store, Android or iOS, and look up City of Elizabethtown KY, and then turn on your push notifications, and you'll be able to, get more information real time from them. All right. Well, we got another video from the city of E-Town. So we'll watch that one, and then we'll talk about it after for a couple minutes. And then after that, we'll do the Radcliff video with Mayor DeVault, and then we'll wrap things up and be done for the evening. Thank you guys for watching us, and hope you continue to. And don't forget to let us know how many inches of snow you think are going to fall. And we'll be back here in about 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Amy Inman with the City of Elizabethtown.
And I'm Chris Denham with the Elizabethtown Police Department.
Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to listen to this video. As the storm is getting ready to come in, I'm sure you've been preparing. The city certainly has. One thing that we really need everyone to do right now, before 5 o'clock today, which is Friday, we need you to go on and move your cars off the city streets. Anybody who has a car or basketball goal or any trash cans, that you can move those off the city streets. That helps our team so very much, helps those very big plows be able to go through your neighborhood and plow and maneuver so much easier. We also would like to make sure, we've been talking about this, that you have a good food supply for several days. I'm sure you know, we have a large amount of snow and maybe some ice coming in. So plan on not being out on the roads for basically Saturday through Sunday and into Monday with those temperatures that are coming in.
We do have a plan in place to respond for any citizens that are displaced and without adequate shelter or proper heat. You can contact the Elizabethtown Police Department at 270-765-4125. Likewise, we have partnered with the City of Radcliff and the City of Vine Grove, and they have a fundamentally consistent procedure to also handle those citizens in their jurisdictions that are without proper and adequate heat. You can call their dispatch lines if you live in Radcliff, or if you live in Vine Grove, call their dispatch line. If you're a county resident, just contact the municipal police department closest to you, and we'll give you some help, and we'll figure out a way to get you out of the elements.
So go ahead.
I just want to share, right now is the time to be preparing. If you haven't done so already, if you're aware of a friend or a family member who perhaps doesn't have adequate shelter, let's get with them. And if you have the ability to take them in, let's go ahead and do that. Make sure you're checking on your elderly or otherwise homebound, disabled neighbors, friends, relatives through this, because this is not a weather event that's typical for us. This is something, typically when we see weather, it lasts for a day, perhaps 2 days. This is something that's going to be 9 or 10 days long. So it's very, very important that you continue to do that and continue to check on one another.
And it's not just the snow or the ice that's coming, but also the really, really cold temperatures that are going to follow after that. So it's going to be really hard on our team to fight the snow. And then also with the temperatures, snow's not going to go away.
Yeah, the substantial accretion that we're going to see from the snowfall, it is going to just be really, really treacherous and difficult for our crews. They're very diligent. They're true professionals. We're very proud of them, but it's going to be very, very challenging for them. There's times that we may see a couple inches of snow per hour. These city routes, salt trucks run, they take 6 to 8 hours. So by the time when they start a route, it's very possible that there'll be several more inches of snow when they start over. We will have trucks running around the clock. Our crews will be out until the snowfall stops. But again, if you don't have to be out, please refrain from being out.
Yes, if everybody can stay home, that would be awesome. We will continue to give several updates on our city's Facebook page, the police page, the fire page. Something else we want to address real quickly is during the time that we plow streets, sometimes mailboxes are a casualty of that, and we are sorry. We'll tell you in advance we are sorry. We will replace those at no cost to you, but we're going to ask if you can just let us not, if you can hold on to that information until Tuesday, and then you can call Public Works and we will make a list and those guys will come out and do that. But between now and Tuesday, they're going to be really busy. Also, if there's a tree down, it's really important that you call and let us know that. Do not call 911. That is not an emergency, but do please call the police station. What's the number there?
270-765-4125. And something else, another direct line of communication we have between you guys and the systems we serve, between us and the systems we serve, you guys, is our city app. If you haven't done so already, please download that. It's available on both the Android and the iOS platforms. It's under City of Elizabethtown KY, but we will put out any necessary and pertinent information as it becomes available on that app. And that's the quickest, the most efficient way that we can communicate directly to you. When we share a text alert on the app, it'll also be posted to both the city page and the Elizabethtown Police Department Facebook page simultaneously.
Yeah, so these are all great ways to keep up what's going on. The best way that you can help us and help our team is stay home and stay out of the way so our guys can do the heavy lifting. We promise to be transparent, send out lots of information, give you road updates, weather updates. We'll keep you in the loop if you'll just stay home and give us a chance to do all that.
We're expecting a lot of closures, obviously, certainly Monday and probably well into next week, one of which will be Elizabethtown City Hall. There will be someone there during business hours available to answer phone calls, but there will be no one in the building, so you won't be able to come in and obtain any type of permits or things of the services such as that. In terms of just staying warm, I just want to remind everyone there's safe ways to stay warm and there are ways that are unsafe. And it's common that folks perhaps even bring an outside grill in to cook food in the event that we lose power. Please do not do that. It emits carbon monoxide. One big thing is charcoal grills. Even if there's not an active flame, that charcoal is still emitting carbon monoxide. As you know, it's very deadly. Please do not do that. Also, it's very unsafe to heat your house using a stove or an oven that's gas powered.
Right.
It doesn't vent properly if you leave the oven open for a prolonged period of time. Again, emits carbon monoxide in the house. I think it's very, very, very dangerous. It's deadly. So we're asking you, please not to do that. If you find yourself in a situation, again, where you're without power, without adequate heat, contact the police department or Radcliff or Vine Grove Police Department, and we'll make provisions. If it becomes a widespread outage situation, right now we're not expecting a tremendous amount of ice, so hopefully our power remains on. However, if it does become a widespread power outage, we do have a contingency plan beyond our initial response, and we'll make sure that our displaced residents are not without adequate shelter.
So you'll be able to check all of our local social media platforms, the app that Officer Denham talked about, and we'll continue to update that and send out information. So if you're looking for information, come directly to us. We'll be able to give that to you. One last thing that we didn't mention is all of our parks, all of our gated parks, Freeman Lake, American Legion, the Nation Park, those will all be closed starting tomorrow morning due to the weather that'll be coming in. So those will not be available as well through the duration of the storm.
And I have one more ask, and that's that if you don't have an emergency, do not dial 911. Conversely, if you do have an emergency, 911 is certainly available. Again, if you need police services, please call our central dispatch line. However, police services do not include asking for weather updates or road condition updates. And by calling in on that line, you're taking resources away from people who potentially need it. So again, if you need police services, please call. That's what we want you to do. If you do not, please seek other resources for that information.
Thanks you guys so much for watching our video.
I could
We
tell
are back.
I could tell Amy was absolutely freezing. She was like shaking, and then Denham was like, he's totally unfazed by that freezing cold. Such a great video that they send out with so much information. I think it's hard for me to wrap my head around 9 to 10 days of freezing cold, snow. I mean, that is actually, that's a very long time to be trapped at home. I mean, I don't stay home for a day typically, right? So it's just hard to even consider all of the things that you would need to prepare, especially if we do have a power outage. So
No, I agree. It just, yeah. Aiden, my son, and me were talking about it earlier, and I was like, I don't think I remember the last time we had a storm like this. I think I was maybe a kid the last time. It's been a very long time.
we had an ice storm when I was in college, 2006, 7, 8. And I remember it was an ice storm. We weren't without power very long, maybe a couple days, but I remember going to ECTC and there were kids coming in that had been without power for a couple weeks due to like being in more of a rural location. So I remember that being very traumatizing and realizing just how spoiled I was because of electricity. When it's gone, like it's just a massive change in lifestyle, right? So it's definitely sobering, definitely, lots to consider. I think we can be over prepared.
I don't think so. Okay. I know that I went out. Well, I ordered everything. Luckily, I got everything except the gas can. So I got like a brand new generator and no gas can because I tried to go find some and they were sold out. But luckily, I had a friend who brought me a couple of gas cans, and which is great. So I wanted to show this number one more time here. So if you see trees down in E-Town, don't call 911. Call EPD at 270-765-4125. And that's also the same number that you can call if you are somebody in need that needs a hotel voucher to because you don't have a place to stay that's going to be warm. Like if you can't afford a place to stay and you lose electricity or you just need a place to stay, call EPD at that number. You can also call, if you live in Radcliff, call 270-351-4477. 270-351-4477. If you live in Vine Grove, 270-877-2252. And like I say, all this info is in a PDF that I've put on hardinlocal.com at the very top link on hardinlocal.com. All right. Well, I guess it's Radcliff's turn. So this is our last video of the night that we will be sharing. But I also have some information to share about Fort Knox and a little bit about Vine Grove just a few minutes after we're done watching this Radcliff video. So we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hey guys, Mayor Duval here, and I'm out here in the city salt den. Obviously, it's about 600 tons of salt behind me. That's hopefully, we won't have to use it all, but what's being predicted, I guess a lot of this is going to be used maybe all the way to the back of the building to make sure our community is safe. But I'm here just to tell you, give you some updates about what we're going to be doing over the next few days. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have been watching the winter weather storm that's going to be coming in over Saturday night into Sunday and later on into Monday. And so we have been out, our crews have been out working around the clock, get brine down, salt down, just to make sure our equipment's ready to go and we're prepared for tomorrow evening. And so first thing I want to mention to you all is we need your help. If you do not have to be out on the roads, please stay home. There's no need to be out. It helps us out because we're not packing the snow down. That gives our crews time to be out there and push that snow off without it being packed down. But if you do not have to be out, please go out tonight, go out tomorrow afternoon, get your medications, finish up on your groceries, get the gas, get everything you need. So Saturday and Sunday night, Saturday and Sunday, you're at home. No reason to be out. They're predicting anywhere from 5 to 12, maybe even more, and potential ice coming in on some of that. And so to just be a lot easier for our guys to get out and hit some of that stuff if it's not completely packed down. The other thing I want to mention is if you have anything out in the roadway, whether it's garbage cans, basketball goals, boxes, anything, especially cars, try to pull those back for us. It makes it much difficult for our guys when they're driving through those residential subdivisions to try to push that and maneuver around it. So if you can move that stuff out of the way, that goes a long way to help our guys in ensuring that we can try to scrape the road as clean as possible. Now, again, with that much snow coming in, you got to keep in mind when we scrape it, even though it's 12 inches snow, we're rolling it. And as we're rolling it on the bank, that snow is going to be more. Now, I know each and every year when we have some snow, people like to get out, clear their driveways. A lot of times we get calls, hey, you pushed snow into my drive. You know, that's just part of it. It's going to be a lot of snow. We can't pick our blades up every time we go by a driveway. You're going to get snow rolled into it. I'm going to go ahead and apologize now. but that's just part of snow removal. We're not able to clear out your driveway. There's going to be quite a bit, especially if we get that much snow. So if you clear your driveway before you get to the residential areas, just remember that that's probably going to be a possibility. We're going to roll snow back into the entrance of your drive. Just please don't be mad at us, but that's the only way we get the snow off the road. The other thing I want to mention is our kind of how we started. The state does Dixie, they do Vine Street, they do 1500. For us, we'll hit a lot of our secondary roads, which is like South Wilson Road, North Wilson Road, South Woodland, Shelton, Hill Street. We usually start with those roads first, the main passing roads, before we start hitting the residential roads. We'll clear like Meadow Lake first. We start doing those roads before we get into our subdivision roads. So keep in mind, in a perfect weather storm, we could probably do 3 to 4 days to get the entire city cleared. It's going to be a lot of snow on the ground, not knowing how it's going to come in and how much ice is going to be on the top of it. If it's going to refreeze, it could take us a few days to get around the city. So please be patient as we work to get that done. I got my public works director here. Jeff, come on up. Jeff has been with the city 44 years. And so Jeff has seen everything that Mother Nature could throw at us, at least in those 44 years. And so the crew's been ready. They've been working. They've been trying to get everything ready to go, got our game plan ready. And so in coordination with the fire department, the police department, we got other crews that are coming in from other departments to assist us. Jeff, it's going to be a long weekend.
That's right, to be patient, but we'll get to you.
Yeah, Jeff doesn't say a whole lot, but the amount of knowledge he has of our communities is just unbelievable. So we'll make sure that we're doing everything we can to get you all prepared for next week. But again, we ask that you all give us some time, give us some patience, and we'll make sure that the roads get cleared. I also want to just mention that our warming shelters, people have called in wanting to know where the warming shelters are going to be. We're still working through some of that. We're still talking to the Red Cross. We're still talking to other agencies here in our community. We will have some of that information coming out here later today about where those are going to be. But keep in mind, those warming shelters are not overnight stay shelters. These are places to come if you need to warm up, charge your phone, get something warm to drink. But we're working through those issues right now, and we'll have more information coming out on that. But just to recap, again, this winter weather coming in Saturday night, Sunday into Monday. Our crews will be out working. Please, if you don't have to be on the roads, please stay off the roads. If you have anything out that may keep our guys going down the residential roads, please pull those back so that, it's not hindering any of those guys plowing. I'll be out all weekend. Jeff will be here all weekend. We'll keep you all up to date. Hopefully, it won't be as bad, but if we do get what they're predicting, it's going to be a few days that you guys are going to be out in your homes. Just give us some patience, and I promise you we'll make sure that we try to hit as many streets as possible as soon as possible, but it could take a few days. And so I'll update you all shortly. Come back with more videos. I'm sure you'll see too much of me all weekend. But we want to keep you guys informed, let you know everything we're doing here in the city. So along with Jeff and all the crew here, we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks.
All right. That was Mayor Duvall and Radcliff. So just to sum up, he talked about warming station. There have been warming stations in Radcliff that have been confirmed now. He said they hadn't been at the time, which they hadn't. Now they are. I think Radcliff Fire Station 1 on 604 South Wilson Road from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. starting Saturday. Warm indoor space, restrooms available, no food, drinks provided. It's also not a shelter. It's just a warming center. So, it's meant for like if you have no place to go while you're looking, charge your phone and find another spot, or reach out to one of these other numbers that we discussed. You can call Radcliff at 351-4477. You can call the EPD, and the numbers are listed. We've mentioned them a couple different times. There's a hotel voucher program for displaced residents if you do need an actual shelter type place to stay instead of a warming center. He also talked about 600 tons of salt ready. That sounds like a lot. So just so you know, the state handles Dixie, Vine Street, 1500. The city handles roads like South and North Wilson, South Woodland, Shelton, Hill Street, and then residential. So, full city clearance. I think he mentioned 3 or 4 days. It could be longer, depending on how bad it gets. And it was good to see the Public Works Director, Jeff, who's been at it for 44 years. That's impressive. Congratulations, Jeff. Thank you for your service there. All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up Radcliff. We'll see if whenever they put more videos out, either JJ or the Mayor Gregory or the county will make sure to share them and get them to you. So you can also come to hardinlocal.com, but we also suggest that you also check Radcliffe's page, E-Town's page, and Hardin County Government's page. All right. Well, let me switch back to the screen share real quick. I found this and I thought this was kind of amusing. All right, let me get it in screen. So, Elizabethtown Police Department hosted a gated city park closure. All gated city parks will close at the normal time this evening and will remain closed throughout the duration of the winter storm. And what I thought was funny was some of these comments. So, no sledding on the dam. I don't know. If the park's closed. I know I used to go sledding on the Freeman Lake Dam when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody could clarify, if the park's closed, does that mean you can go sledding on the dam, or does that mean they can't? Chris said, guess I won't get my long walk in tomorrow. And
It's very
you know, just, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure it means the gates are closed. I don't know if that means that you can't go walking over there, but I mean, if it snows as much as they say, you may not need to be over there, to be honest. So let's move real quickly to review Vine Grove. I don't have a video on this, but I can bring my notes over here so you guys can see them.
Josh, you want to pull up Big Josh's comment?
Oh, yes, let's do that. I didn't have that. Okay, let's see. Big Josh. The lobby of the jail is available if somebody needs to warm up, charge their phones, watch TV. As long as it's just the lobby, Big Josh.
I was thinking, that actually might be a great field trip for the boys. You want to be out here, not in there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's great to know. We thank you for that, Big Josh. Jamie Lee Given just said 8.6 inches. It's great guess. And just so you know, we've asked people if you've just joined us, in case you just joined us, we're going to do a $50 gift card giveaway of a local business of your choice. For whoever guesses closest to the snowfall total, you just need to comment on Facebook or YouTube on this stream. And you don't have to comment by the end of the stream. You just need to comment before the snow starts. Well, let's just say by noon tomorrow. And then also share the stream and make sure you follow our page. And you'll be registered to potentially win that $50 gift card. All right. So for Vine Grove, warming center has been confirmed for there. It's the safe room adjacent to the fire department. It's at 513 Highland Avenue. It'll be open 7 a.m. on Saturday. And here's the phone number. It's a weird area code, so maybe I need to confirm if this is right before I give this one out. I'm going to do that. But this is a warming center only. Per Mayor Ogden, good, safe place to get warm. Charge your phone, use the restroom. Not overnight lodging, just a place to warm up and to be able to, if your phone's dead and you need to get in touch with somebody. All right. And lastly, Fort Knox. Fort Knox, I found this information on their Facebook page. The installations close Saturday, January 21st through Monday, January 26th. Schools will be closed as well. Limited operations on Saturday. The commissary will be open until 2 p.m. on Saturday, closed Sunday. The AAFES exchange open until 4 p.m. Saturday and closed on Sunday. And they give the preparation tips of 72 to 96 hours of food, medicine, water. Let your faucets slightly drip to prevent pipe freezing. Charge devices, have alternate light sources, and establish a family communication plan. So, yeah. Anywho, before we get off of here, I did want to recap all the safety tips because there's quite a few of them. Like we just said,
setting these off to figure out how many I have done and how many I still need to do. I'm like, okay.
Look, I can even check them.
Oh,
check.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
I know I got 3 to 4 days of food, water, and medicine. Have you moved your car?
Mine's in my driveway, so we're okay.
Mine too.
Yes.
My car's off the street. Pop off vehicle fuel.
I thought it was interesting because they were out of gas when I pulled up. And just as I was about to pull off, a fuel truck pulled in and I was like, praise Jesus. So I pulled up to the pump and waited a few minutes. Now, I have heard it said not to get gas when they're filling because there's a lot of air in the gas.
Mm.
But hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'm like,
You can't.
gas. I don't care.
I know when I went out last, I still have a half way more than half tank of fuel, but there was lines,
Yes.
and I'm not waiting in those lines. So
Yep.
I'll go either I'll probably go early in the morning or something.
Yep.
So I didn't do that, but you did that. So we'll check it off.
Perfect.
Charge your phones and devices. I mean, always keep them. Yeah. Charge them though,
Yeah.
especially once it starts to get bad.
Yep.
And then
You can do
if
the
you have a
generator.
generator,
I'm
test
gonna
it.
walk to my brother's house. So if the power
Yeah.
goes out, Mike knows he's getting me in my hoodlums.
That's nice. Keep fuel on hand. I did not test my generator today because it just came in, but I do have fuel on hand.
Good job.
So it's like a halvesies. Start your car 2 times a day for 10 minutes, especially if your battery's sus. But either way, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
pull it in the garage before it starts snowing if you got a garage. And I like this one. Let faucets drip to prevent frozen pipes. So
and just FYI, that's inside faucets. That's not outside faucets. Make sure your hoses are disconnected. Don't
This is
don't
true.
turn the outside faucets on. You just want to do the inside ones.
And then check on neighbors, especially elderly and disabled.
Yeah.
Especially if the power goes out, and especially if they need electricity to run some of their health machines or things like that. So just make sure you're in the know about that and keep watch on them. I'm not going to check these things off yet because we don't get the satisfaction. Yeah, we haven't done them yet. Keep water jugs handy for plumbing issues. I don't understand the plumbing issues. AI may have jacked that one up, but I guess in case you gotta, I don't know. But keep water jugs does sound important.
One of the things that we did on any vacant properties, if you own rental properties, one of the things that we did do is we ran all of our properties that were vacant today and turned off the water main, turned the water off to the house at the main. And then you want to flip the hot water heater, breaker. You want to flip that over because otherwise it will reheat that water until it evaporates and it'll actually hit the coils in your hot water heater. So if you lose power and you decide to leave your home for a substantial amount of time, I would recommend turning the water off at the main, draining those pipes, and just turn off your hot water heater. That's the minimum. Obviously, you can get really detailed. Glenn Downs over at the plumbing doctor was great. He informed me that if you're truly going to leave and leave your home, obviously antifreeze is a really great idea in the toilets and in the traps of your sinks, but we didn't get that detailed. We did what we could, and my team's been running the roads today. And then I spoke with Charlie Prather with Prather Services, and he recommended that if it does start raining and the ice is freezing, just know that it can burn up your HVAC system. So you'll want to turn those in, switch those over into auxiliary heat or emergency heat, and turn that temp down, because obviously that's an expensive heat source, but it will keep your system from being burnt up if that ice were to freeze on the blades and it's unable to spin. So a couple of things.
That's good to know. I didn't ever think about the water heater one, so that's great. Oh, look, we can watch ourselves talk. Yeah. I was actually trying to find this post that I'd shared from Glenn Downs.
Yeah.
From Plumbing Doctor, because they are going to be offering emergency plumbing services during the storm.
That's
I
awesome.
guarantee you, when Glenn says they're going to do it, they're going to do it. So if you have a frozen pipe that burst or busted water lines, or no water, or you just have anything that needs a plumber and you need one now, hit up Glenn Downs at the Plumbing Doctor, 270-765-PLUM, or go to theplumbingdoctorky.com. They really are Hardin County's trusted, friendly neighborhood plumber. Good friend of mine. We hang out, and I highly recommend the Plumbing Doctor. And that's not even a paid ad, so
I know. I just know he's my first call. If there's any water issues occurring, I know he will get here. Whether he has he'll do whatever.
Definitely will.
Yep.
He will. So here are your from our safety tips recap. These are we went over the do's. Now here's the don'ts. Don't use your oven or stove to heat your home. Which is funny. My landlord told me, you might not need that generator because you got a gas stove. You can just turn those burners on.
Carbon monoxide.
Right. So So, and then do not use charcoal grills indoors. They actually,
What about my Blackstone? Can I roll it in here?
probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know.
It's probably a no. Okay. It's probably a no.
I mean, I'm
just
not an
gonna go
expert
with-
on these things. My go-to is no if I don't know.
My go-to. Hey, audience, if you know whether or not I can roll my Blackstone in here and cook, you just if you don't mind to drop that in the comments. Otherwise, I'll call my dad. He's the knower of all things. So
What's that runoff of? Is it electric or
no,
is it?
propane.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah, I would definitely think anything propane, unless it's like I don't know, a propane. No, we're just not going to talk about it. I don't want the liability of
Same. Don't do it.
giving anybody evidence. Just
Leave it
don't do it.
outdoors. I'm gonna
Yeah.
barbecue in the snow. So
If you do it, we didn't tell you to because we definitely don't think you should. Don't run your generators indoors.
Yep.
And so, yeah, hopefully you guys understand that. Use candles as a main light. Don't use candles as a main light source. I mean, yeah, unless you have to. But yeah, it's probably not the best idea. That's probably the backup of the backup. Who doesn't have a flashlight in this day and age? All right, so don't do that.
I do
And
need
don't-
to dig out all of. I do need to. I love Big Josh's comment just now.
Okay,
Okay,
will
so you're
miss
telling
you.
me not to cook on my Blackstone indoors. All right, fine. It was my
Yeah.
whole plan. We'll do something different.
I
But,
know, I'm
I
gonna
do need to
cook-
dig out all my flashlights.
Oh yes. Well, my generator unsafe, so I'm good. I won't run out
There you
no
go.
matter what.
Rachel.
But if you don't have one, then you definitely need to. Yeah, Josh. But we do agree, Big Josh. Don't call 911 for non-emergencies.
Yeah.
Go if you're not sure who to call. Just go to hardinlocal.com and download the PDF at the top. All my notes for this live stream are in there. It has all the phone numbers and everything you need to know. And if there's anything I forgot to remove that was just for my eyes only or Rachel's eyes only, I'm sorry about that. But I didn't have time to create a whole nother document just for this. And plus, I'd rather you guys just have it verbatim, everything that we've discussed. That way you can review it and read it. Let's say, don't call 911 for emergencies. Don't go out unless absolutely necessary.
Mhm.
I mean, but unless you want to go sledding or if you want to go have,
I think they mean like, just don't go driving.
don't
on
drive.
roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you can walk somewhere, and have
I will
fun in the
definitely be
snow,
walking to my neighbor's house. We're gonna have a block party.
that would be fun. I mean, I'm a little too far away to join you all, but be there in spirit.
Bring that generator. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
You can hook it up. I don't know how to use one anyway.
Yes, I'm going to teach myself tomorrow, so it should be fairly easy.
Easy.
So I mean, as far as the don'ts to not go out unless absolutely necessary, I think it means don't go driving unless absolutely necessary, and don't put yourself in a place where you need emergency services because that could put other people in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get bored and go look around. Stay home. Yeah, no. Unless you got a golf cart and you want to go get stuck. No, I wouldn't suggest that either. But yeah, I would think that I got a few shows that I need to catch up on.
I
What
know,
about you?
me too. I got a couple really good ones. I'm actually excited. Now, if the power goes out, that's what I got the phone backup chargers for. Because I'm like, listen, I gotta watch my shows.
Yeah. Yeah,
As long
and
as
that's
the
what my
power's on,
generator's for.
We're gonna be cooking.
Because my generator will run the heater, and it'll also run one TV, my big server computer thing that I run all this on, and my internet, and the lights, and the fridge. So,
Well, if
at
the
least I
power
got the
goes out-
necessities.
If the power goes out and we can drive, Big Josh is gonna see me with two little boys and all of our phones and iPads sitting out there in the lobby. So
There you go. That would be that is an interesting place to go, into the lobby. Take your kids just to scare them. Don't ever get there. All right. And this is something that Brian Walker actually said in the very first video. So if you weren't paying attention, I'll remind you. Shoveling snow warning. One of the most strenuous activities. Risk of I can't say it. Coronary, issues, exhaustion, take breaks. And it's true. I mean, I'm decently in shape. I probably don't I probably look way more in shape than I actually am. But last time I was shoveling snow, it does get exhausting.
Yeah, be very careful.
All right. And in closing, we've addressed every comment on here, and we have some number recaps, which you can download this document at hardinlocal.com. Top link, it just says Winter Storm Fern. And then you just click on it. There's a PDF. You can download it. It'll have all this information there with everything. So you can just scroll to the bottom if you want the numbers and everything. And I literally put the Displaced Residents Helpline. I put all the warming centers on here. I put key number recaps, where to get updates. And so our final message is stay home, stay safe, stay warm. Check on your neighbors. Be patient with road crews. They're working around the clock. If they hit your mailbox, don't worry about it until Tuesday.
No worries.
But if you can't hit up the city of E-Town on Tuesday, if they do, they'll replace it for free. Just give them time before you hit them up. And then we'll do follow-up coverage as needed through the storm as well. I mean, we'll be here and we'll make sure to share what everybody else says. And maybe if everybody's bored at home and still has power, maybe we can get the mayors and Judge Executive all on a stream together live sometime this weekend. That could be fun.
That would be awesome.
But not saying that will happen, but we may try. I mean, I'll definitely try and we'll see what happens. Let me get this closed out. So yeah, we thank you guys for joining us. Anything else, Rachel, that you can think of?
I don't think so, guys. Just be really safe over the next, week. Just as it shapes up, obviously nobody knows. So be patient with each other and, everybody be really cautious, use wisdom, be safe. We love you guys, our community. And if you need anything, of course, reach out. Emergency services, feel free to comment on our page. We're all here to support each other. So that's one of the things I love about this community. The amount of text messages I got today from friends and family asking if I was prepared and if I needed anything. And I, in turn, was doing the same thing to all my friends and family. So just support one another.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great way to be. And I was just making sure that Instagram was good. If you commented on TikTok, I'm sorry, I don't know. TikTok's been weird with our software, so I can't see the comments. But we thank you for watching. And we will see you later. Stay warm, stay safe, and make sure you follow Hardin Local. Have a great evening.
Bye, guys.